are entirely responsible for all show content and do not in any way reflect the opinions of KYOK Radio, its sponsors, staff, or management.
When you walk out on that field today, ask yourself this question. What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Let's go! We made it! We made it! We made it! We made it! I'm going to the house! I'm going to the house! When I step on the field, I send one message. This is what it feels like. This is what it feels like. Football is getting hit. That's it. It's gonna be football now. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Let's hunt now. Let's hunt now. Let's go. Let's hunt. We made it. I'm going to the house. I'm going to the house. We're talking about the Jets like we're talking about the Saints. You know, all this, I know we the Miami Heat of football. Yeah. The bottom line is you got to buckle up with chin straps. It's embarrassing. Yeah. Don't disrespect the game like that. There's too much crying from him. He's a man. They can be a hit just like us. He's a man. You already make the big money. He's a man. Don't cry when you step on the field, man. That's who I did. When I step on the field, I send one message. This is what it feels like. Oh, my bad. Your bad don't work in my world. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. We made it. I'm going to the house. I'm going to the house. It's a wrap. Game over.
Man, I'm telling you, I don't know how to act. This game is not over. It's just getting started again for the first time in a week here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. And, man, I'm just sitting here tripping because it's all sunny outside right now and looking all pretty, weather looking all pretty, acting like it didn't try to kill us a week ago. This weather about a week ago was trying to take us out of here. And now it's out here looking all blue skied and sunny. I ain't falling for it. I'm not falling for it. No. Thank you, but no. I appreciate you, but no. This time last week we were freezing. Literally. A lot of people didn't have electricity. People say they didn't have power. We always got power. But a lot of folks didn't have electricity. A lot of folks didn't have water. A lot of folks didn't have heat. And today, I'm literally hot in the studio right now. Hot. Like, could open up that door back there and just let in some cool air. Oh, what a difference a week makes. Yeah, no, Valencia, no. Thank you, but no. I'm grateful. Don't get it twisted. I'm grateful, but I ain't fooled either. I'm not fooled either. It's Media Monday. It's still Black History Month. And I'm telling you now, you can't blame us for last week. Don't you dare try to blame last week on Black History Month. Don't blame it on Black Lives Matter. Don't blame it on Malcolm X, Martin Luther King Jr., the late John Lewis. Don't you dare. It had nothing to do with that at all. Ted Cruz ain't off the hook. Greg Abbott ain't off the hook. Dan Patrick ain't off the hook. And Rick Perry, please have several seats. Please. I don't know what you're doing right now, but whatever you were doing before you decided to release your statements last week, please have a seat. Go back to doing that. Rough out here. Rough out here. I don't know where I've been. I've been here in Houston since 1989, off and on. Took a little trip from 93 to 96, got back in 96, 95, 96. And I did not know Texas came up with the great idea to be its own electricity grid, with the exception of a few areas like El Paso and Beaumont. They're all on a separate grid, the nationwide grid. But Texas decided it was better for them to be on their own electricity grid. And they came up with this group appointed by the governor of people who don't live in Texas to regulate the Texas grid. And that group is called ERCOT, E-R-C-O-T. I don't know what it stands for. We'll just call them ERCOT for now. And these people are the ones that decide who gets electricity and who doesn't, who's using too much and who's not using enough. And they decided to come up with a system of rolling blackouts during one of the worst ice storms of the century, not decade, century. And I got a whole lot I want to say about that. These people over ERCOT might be very nice people, come from good families and live in good homes. I don't like none of them. Not one of them. I don't. I'm sorry. Hold on. Where's my, I'm going to get to some sports in a minute, but I got to get this off my chest.
The views and opinions expressed on all radio shows broadcast on KYOK are entirely those of the host, guests, and callers, who are entirely responsible for all show content and do not in any way reflect the opinions of KYOK Radio, its sponsors, staff, or management.
This me talking. This ain't the station. This ain't the station manager. I've been off all week. I done had a whole 7 days to think about this. I don't like none of them. None one of them. I got 27 seconds before I got to take a break. Christy Rena said it's the Electric Reliability Council of Texas. Their name is a lie. Ain't no reliability. They lying. I got to take a break. I'm going to come back and tell you more about their lies when I get back. Rick Perry, it's you and me today, bro. Celebrity boxing with me and Rick Perry today on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK. I'll be back.
Hi, my name is Lily. My mom and dad used to fight about money all the time. Then one day, I heard them talking about this guy, some uncle I never knew, called Uncle Sam. Well, they say this Uncle Sam guy wanted them to pay him like $1 gazillion, and they didn't have $1 gazillion. So they called this company they heard on the radio called the Tax Doctor. And the Tax Doctor worked with Uncle Sam's people. I think they're called the IRS. And they're able to work it out so my mom and dad didn't have to pay Uncle Sam very much money at all. So now mom and dad are happy, and I'm happy too. Thanks, Tax Doctor.
If you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS or state, call now and pay less.
800-603-9359. 800-603-9359. That's 800-603-9359.
Here's an important COVID-19 school system update for your local area. If you're concerned about your child's education, please pay close attention to this message. The current school systems were not set up for at-home learning. If you're worried that your child may not be getting the grades they need to get ahead, maybe losing self-confidence, or you're worried about them getting into a good college because of their grades, help is available to you. Call Grade Potential Tutoring. They can help with in-home or online tutoring and help your child with any subject and every grade level, even for test prep. They're experts in the home tutoring and online tutoring field and confident they can help you and your child get better grades today. Call now for your free consultation. 800-580-7680. 800-580-7680. 800-580-7680. That's 800-580-7680. I am a non-attorney spokesperson representing a team of lawyers who've helped people that have been injured or wronged. Have you been diagnosed with cancer? Are you one of the millions who have taken Zantac or other generic versions of this popular drug to help treat stomach issues? Then pay close attention to this message. The FDA said it detected low levels of a probable cancer-causing chemical known as NDMA in Zantac and other generic forms of this popular drug. They've banned sales and even removed it from the market. If you've been diagnosed with cancer and you've taken Zantac or a generic equivalent, call the legal helpline now. You could receive a free cash award and have your medical expenses covered. And there's no upfront cost to you. They only get paid if you win. So please call now. 800-251-7816. 800-251-7816. 800-251-7816. That's 800-251-7816.
The legendary KYOK 1140 AM and 92.3 FM. The legend continues.
I'm Ben Tankard, and you are listening to The Lunch Break.
Let me clear my throat. Real quick, it's tax season and Global One Tax Services wants to be your tax preparer. They'll even come to your home and you can get your taxes prepared by calling Shannon Hinton at 281-377-5565. That's 281-377-5565 for Global One Tax Services. It's that time of year. Yeah, I gotta clear my throat so I can say what I gotta say. This ERCOT group, ERCOT. What it stands for again, Christy Reno said it stands for, hold on, let me find it again. Electric Reliability Council of Texas. Wasn't no electricity. It definitely wasn't reliable. I don't know who they counseled with, but they sure messed it up for everybody in Texas. Pretty much everybody got jacked up in Texas. Now, they had some people that had their lights on for the majority of the time, better part of the time. A lot of folks did. A lot of folks didn't. I can speak for myself when I say my lights went out Monday and did not come back on until late Thursday, and the water did not come back on until Friday. And I know I'm like many. Some folks had it off and on and off and on, but a lot of folks had it mostly off than on. So therein in itself was a problem. If you're saying that they're going to be rolling blackouts, that ain't rolling. When you got folks that are out for days, that ain't rolling. When you got folks that's on for days, that's not rolling. And then for Rick Perry to get himself on there and speak for all Texans as if he has the right to speak for all Texans by saying Texans would rather go without power for 3 days than be told by the government what to do. Y'all know I don't use these words often in my house growing up. These were like cuss words. Rick Perry, shut up. Shut up. Hold on. Let me. The views and the opinions on this show are mine. Shut up. You're not the governor. If you're the one that came up with this plan, you need to be investigated as well. And oh yeah, by the way, if your loved ones weren't in the dark for days at a time, without water for days at a time, if you didn't get out into the communities where those things happen and actually talked to people, you don't get the right to talk for people. I am so sick and tired of people thinking that they know what's best for people that they've never talked to. Anybody see Rick Perry down there in Sunnyside, South Park, Kennedy Heights? Anybody see him up in Studewood, Acres Homes, the Fofo? Anybody see him up in Greenspoint, Spring? Anybody see him over in Humble? Listen, bro. I'm going to tell y'all for real. If y'all don't stop treating elections like it's American Idol and voting for the most popular person and start voting for people who are going to actually do something when people need it the most, I'm going to need y'all to sit it out. Because other people's dumb decisions are affecting people's lives, and you got idiots like Rick Perry thinking that they have the right to say something as dumb as Texans would rather be without power for 3 days than to be told by the government what to do. You, sir, are an idiot, and I got to take a break, period.
Baby, I got your money.
Are you looking for a tax company that will get you the maximum credits and deductions? Or a tax company that can get you a same-day loan up to $9,500? Well, Global One Tax Services on 6002 Antoine Drive is the tax company that is dedicated to getting you your maximum refund. Call us for an appointment or for our mobile services. That's right, Global One Tax is now mobile. Now, you don't have to leave your home. Call 281-377-5565. That's 281-377-5565. Get your full return. You deserve it. You've earned it. Global One Tax Services. Get ready, get set, go global.
Hi, I'm Linda J. I recently purchased 4 new tires from OMG Tires and More, located at 3124 Tidwell between 59 and Jensen. TK got me in and out in less than 30 minutes. While there, I got my car washed. Do you need rims for your car? OMG has them too. OMG Tires and More is your one-stop shop for all your tire needs. So give them a call at 832-767-3211. That's 832-767-3211. Conveniently located at 3124 Tidwell between 59 and Jensen on the north side.
Here's an important COVID-19 school system update for your local area. If you're concerned about your child's education, please pay close attention to this message. The current school systems were not set up for at-home learning. If you're worried that your child may not be getting the grades they need to get ahead, maybe losing self-confidence, or you're worried about them getting into a good college because of their grades, help is available to you. Call Grade Potential Tutoring. They can help with in-home or online tutoring and help your child with any subject and every grade level, even for test prep. They're experts in the home tutoring and online tutoring field and confident they can help you and your child get better grades today. Call now for your free consultation. 800-580-7680. 800-580-7680. 800-580-7680. That's 800-580-7680.
The legendary KYOK 1140 AM. The legendary KYOK 92.3 FM. 2 radio stations in one.
I'm Larry Scott, host of the Not So Christian and Me Show. Join me Saturdays for great fun, interviews, music, and the latest news surrounding our world today. We are the show that cares to hear your voice and opinion with real conversation in a no judgment zone. So join me Saturdays from 1 to 2 p.m. on the Not So Christian and Me Show right here on the legendary KYOK Radio 1140 AM and the all-new 92.3 FM and KYOKradio.org. This is Brian Courtney Wilson, and you're listening to The Lunch Break.
I know my mind's got to be playing tricks on me. I know my mind's got to be playing tricks on me. At night, I can't sleep. I toss and turn. I almost froze to death fooling with Rick Perry and them. Listen, man. I'm sorry. I gotta, y'all, I'm gonna get this out of my system and we're gonna talk about sports, but for Rick Perry, Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick, and Governor Greg Abbott, and you already know, I don't care if they're Democrat, Republican, Libertarian, Green Party. I don't care if they worship cats. If you are in charge of this making decisions that affect other people's lives, then I'm coming for you today. For them to try to politicize this, I don't even know what to call it, this idiotic, unnecessary disaster, self-inflicted disaster. This did not have to be this bad. You brought this on yourselves by thinking you knew better than everyone else. And at least if you were going to step out there on your own and pull away from the entire United States of America electric grid, you should have at least made sure every single one of the precautions were in place for the worst case scenario imaginable. So you weatherproof it, you stormproof it, you rodent-proof it, you make sure that if somebody tries to attack it, they can't attack it. You do all of that before you deem it ready to put people's lives at risk. And Rick Perry, Dan Patrick, Greg Abbott, Ted Cruz did not do that. And if you want to fight Democrat, Republican, argue with your mama, because I'm not talking about that. If the most democratic Democrat in the world of Democrats was in charge of this mess, I'd be on his or her neck too. You did not do your job. And instead of owning it, instead of saying, we messed up, you got on there and you tried to blame a political way of thinking. This had nothing to do with a Green New Deal. This had nothing to do with green energy. This had nothing to do with the attack on fossil fuels. Had nothing to do with that. You got windmills in Antarctica that are turning as we speak, so they could be weatherized just like anything else. You didn't do it. And to try to blame a political party because you didn't do it tells me that people like you, Rick Perry, Dan Patrick, Greg Abbott, and Ted Cruz don't deserve to be the ones making the decisions. It's not that they just made a bad decision, it's that they did not own it. If you can't take responsibility for your actions, you don't need to be the one making the decisions. Dan Patrick was an embarrassment. Got on national TV and got into an argument with a black co-host because the black co-host checked him. Dan Patrick, you might be the big man down there in Austin. There might be people that fear you when you walk in the room. Just because you're a big man on campus in Austin don't mean that you're a big man on campus everywhere else. And I'm glad the brother checked you because you were flat out lying. The windmills didn't fail. Dan Patrick failed. Natural gas didn't freeze up. Greg Abbott froze up. I think if nothing else that came out of this ought to be the importance of who you put in charge. Everything sounds great on paper, but when you need it and it ain't there, ain't so great, is it? I have not even gotten on the number of people that died because of these decisions. ERCOT, Dan Patrick, Greg Abbott, Rick Perry, and oh yeah, let me get on Ted Cruz. First of all, you can't even use your real name. So you know I can't trust somebody who won't even use their real name. I don't even know who we talking to. But for Ted Cruz to be as outspoken as he is about everything under the sun, to have a chance to do some real work for some real people in the state that predominantly elected him to go and represent us in Congress, in the Senate, to bail out the way and when and where he bailed out is inexcusable. And again, to lie about it. Lied on your children, lied on your wife, lied. I was just gonna go drop my kids off in Mexico. I was coming right back. You changed your flight, bruh. You were gonna stay through the weekend. You was gonna ride it out in Mexico. Fly back in on Monday, Tuesday, somewhere. And social media got on your behind, and all of a sudden, you changing trips. Not to mention you making last-minute airfare out of the country. I can't even fly to Atlanta last minute without paying double the cost. And you did that at the taxpayer's expense for your ticket to go drop your kids off in the middle of a pandemic. I ain't mad at you for trying to take care of your family. That ain't the problem. What I'm mad at is that you lied to the people you promised to take care of. You abandoned them when they needed you. That's what I'm mad about. And all the people trying to defend him, what's wrong with him taking a vacation? What's wrong with him getting a nothing? Nothing. But what's wrong with him doing his job? What's wrong with that? And I'm going to say it until the hills come home. We did not elect these people to go to Congress and become bumper sticker makers. What's a bumper sticker maker? Somebody who all they do is come up with slogans. Ain't nobody elect you so you could go up to Congress and come up with slogans like fake news and cancel culture. It is not fake news when you do something and say something and people report about it. It's not fake news. If you say something and you don't know how to say what it is you're trying to say it, and we ask you a question and give you a chance to explain it, and you can't, how are we supposed to interpret what you're trying to say when you don't know what you're trying to say? It's not fake news, bro. And cancel culture. It is not cancel culture to hold an elected official accountable to do the job that they were elected to do. If that's cancel culture, then you don't need to be elected. You don't need to run for office. You need to go play fun, fair play soccer, where everybody gets a ribbon, nobody keeps score, everybody's great, nobody gets admonished, nobody has to work hard, nobody has to play hard. You're just glad to be out there. Go do that. Don't be an elected official, because you are supposed to be held accountable to all of your constituents, even the ones that didn't vote for you, even the ones that criticize you. That is not cancel culture, and y'all can miss me on that one. Y'all just done ran up to Washington and turned into a bunch of bumper sticker makers. Oh, it's cancel culture. Oh, it's fake news. Oh, it's the radical left. Oh, it's Black Lives Matter. Nah, it's you. It's you, Ted Cruz. It's you, John Cornyn. It's you, Rick Abbott, Rick Perry. Greg Abbott, Dan Patrick, it's you. All y'all wanted to talk about was Democrats this, Democrats that. You needed to be talking about electricity, heat, and water. That's what you needed to be talking about. We're just trying to figure out how to get electricity to the people. We're trying to get the heat turned on for some folks, and we're trying to make sure that they have water. But these people chose to point the finger and make it political. And I'm going to say this, and y'all don't have to like it. The majority of people here in Texas are probably going to vote for them again. We have not had a Democratic governor in the state of Texas since Ann Richards. So there ain't no way in the world that Rick Perry and Greg Abbott and Dan Patrick can blame anybody but themselves. They have controlled the state legislature here in Texas since Ann Richards. So this is all Republican. ERCOT, your fault. Power outages, your fault. Water outages, your fault. Deaths as a result of all the above, your fault. Now live with that. Vote on that. Debate me on that. I don't want to hear about Obama. I don't want to hear about Biden. I don't want to hear about Kamala. I don't want to hear about Greg Holder. I don't want to hear nothing about that nonsense that y'all spouting. I don't care what they did under Clinton. Here's what you're doing now under you. Fix it. Make sure there is never a situation like this again. Fix it. Make sure people don't find their loved ones frozen to death because you think you know how to run a power grid better than everyone else. Fix it. Still today, there are many people who do not have running water and drinking water. Fix it. I give one more minute to this. 281-453-1000 if you want in, if you want your comments heard, if you want to share your stories about what you did all last week, how you were able to survive, or even if you lost a loved one and you want us to be in prayer and condolences with you, 281-453-1000, 281-453-1000. Text me 832-403-5005. That's 832-403-5005. I want to hear from you on the lunch break. Hello, you're live on the lunch break. Who's this? Hello? Hello? All right, they just hung up. If you want to get in, you want to talk about what I'm talking about, 281-453-1000, 281-453. Hello, you're live on the lunch break. Who's this?
It's Keisha. You know I wanted it. You knew I wanted it.
Come get it.
Listen, you touched on so many things. I just don't know where to start. But one of the most prominent things you said, most prolific, was you don't have the right to speak for people that you didn't talk to. And so many times it's people that's not affected that make decisions for people that are affected. I had so many friends and so many classmates and so many college friends from Southern that were affected by this in Texas. So many people. So people without water, people without utilities, people that have nothing, like literally in temperatures that have gotten to 20s and 30s and less than that were affected by that because what you're doing is so political. And as you said, it's not enough that you made the mistake, it's that you can't own the mistake. You can't own it. Take blame for what you did and fix it.
Man, that goes a long way, Keisha, right there. When somebody can own it, when somebody can say, hey, man, I thought it was going to be like this, but I was wrong. I was wrong. But here's what we're going to do now. I can rock with you on that. I mean, nobody is going to always get it right. I get it. It's hard being the leader But when a leader
Correct.
can't own their bad decisions and poor choices and mistakes, they don't need to be the leader.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And we have so many of the same people to come on national platforms and TV and wherever you are and to say that people would rather be without. It's not fair. It's not fair for you to speak for people that you did not help. And Sled Cruz, as we are calling him, the fact that you had the audacity, the unmitigated gall to lie on your children, because we don't know for a fact that you were taking your children on vacation.
Right.
You had the audacity to put that out there and then say, I was trying to be a good dad. Well, this has been a good dad. How about you show them that you can be a better man by helping the people that elected you to serve? How about you show that you can be a better man by saying, I have the means to travel, but I'm not going to travel. I'm going to put my time, my effort, and my resources into people that do not have. That's being a good dad. That's being a better person. That's being the person that they elected you. But again, people will vote for popularity. They will vote for things that they are favorable for. They will vote for loyalty before they vote for best interest. And that's how you end up in the same situation over and over again.
Exactly. Keisha, I could not have said it better. I wouldn't have been mad if Ted Cruz said, I sent my wife and my kids down to Mexico. I wouldn't have been mad if he said, I sent them down to Aruba. You got to take care of your family. But you, sir,
Correct.
are an elected official. You, sir, need to be somewhere where you can help the people that elected you and need you the most. And that's where he
Correct.
abdicated his responsibilities and his authority. And I got no respect because you haven't even owned it. You haven't even said I was wrong. Nah,
Right.
man, you lied. I can't deal with it.
And I know y'all got to move on, but I did. I just had to throw that in there. I said, oh, he's on fire today. But it's good to have you back. I'm glad you're not a popsicle. So
No.
great to have you back.
Listen, let me tell you something. People have asked me about running for stuff. I ain't running for nothing. I'm going to run my mouth. That's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do.
Well, we know our lanes, and we know when we're better suited. We know when we're better suited. So we understand. We know.
Y'all, for those who don't know this voice, and I know y'all do, it's Keisha Kelly from Black College Experience. And Keisha, let me tell you something. I know you was all up in that Jackson State and Edwin Waters yesterday. What stood out for you? How great was it to see Black college football back on the screen?
The thing that we honor the most is that we're like babies. We get a season to ourselves. So everybody's pinned in and tuned in, watching what's going on. And more so, you have people that never cover Black college sports, of course, but because it's Deion Sanders, they're tuned in. And there's a lot of tweaks and a lot of things that have to happen, especially at the quarterback position. But you don't have any of your star players out playing. They won't play until the fall. So it's a lot of stuff. And I tell people I deal in facts, fun facts, and history. For people that were asking, who was Edward Waters College and where did they come from? Fun fact, Edward Waters College head coach graduated from Jackson State. Another fun fact, he already won a championship with Jackson State while under Coach Cummings. So he got his championship. Another fun fact, he's also the brother of Miles College head coach, Coach Ruffin. So you got brother and brother, both coaching football. So I tell people, I like to deal in facts. Before you start dragging, know the facts. Because this man came from Jackson State as well. He has a championship under Coach Cummings. He has a championship.
Can I just say this? One of the many reasons why I love you is that right there. Fun facts. I love it.
We always come with fun facts. They were like, Keisha, I said, I have the time. Sometimes we just devote the time to educate people. You have to. We don't deal off emotions anymore because people are very angry and they're very passionate about what they're talking about.
Right.
Then you have to drag in the facts. Now you have to drag in the facts. And before I get off of this phone, I do want to drop this in here. Another fun fact. Today, on NBA TV, for the first time ever, 2 college teams will play on NBA TV. During Black History Month, we got Grambling State University and Jackson State University on a doubleheader today. The first ever college teams are coming from HBCU on NBA TV.
Yep, that'll be 2 o'clock our time here in Houston. And I was going to ask you about that before you got off the phone. What did you think about NBA TV broadcasting Grambling and Jackson State today?
I'm really excited about it, and I say that I'm excited about it because, you know, they've had the documentary where they actually, you know, they broadcasted it and they talked about, you know, they had the coaches on it. So they had, you know, Howard University's coach. They had Mississippi Valley. They had Mo Williams, and then they had Texas Southern's coach. They had some prominent coaches on, and some ones that have recruited fairly well. So they talked about that. And so, you know, that's where we are, and that's what we're looking at. So, you know, if you're in that situation where, you know, they've been on NBA TV, I think this is it's a larger platform, and it's great that we're able to put those, you know, those students on that platform. That game was actually moved. So when they flexed it, this is when we ended up. So we're actually excited about that whole situation.
Keisha, I am. I'm going to be checking it out as soon as I get off the air. And as always, sis, I appreciate and love you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Keisha Kelly, Black College Experience. Keisha, give them the website, web links, and everywhere where they can find you.
So, of course, I'm on Instagram. That's Black College Experience. I'm on Twitter, Black College EXP. Facebook, The Black College Experience. That's the Facebook page. And then, of course, this Black College Experience is the website. Please be checking because we are about to kick off live streaming. Thanks to AJ, he's going to be assisting me. He just doesn't know that yet. So we're going to be live streaming probably going into next month. It's going to be Women's History Month. So, of course, we're going to definitely kick off with women and women that's at the helm of sports.
Well, you already know. However you need me, if you need me to park cars, I'm there. So already, don't worry about it.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, y'all. Keisha Kelly, have a good one, dear. We'll talk to you soon.
Bye-bye.
All right, Keisha Kelly brought it just like I knew she would. And I mean it. If you want to get in, if you want to talk about it, however you want to get it in, today is the day. 281-453-1000, 281-453-1000. It's the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM.
You watch television? Of course you do. Then have you tried Dish TV from All American Dish yet? No? Well, now is a great time because we're giving everyone that calls today a 2-year locked-in price. Your rate will not change for 2 years. The clock is ticking. Call now, get Dish, and get your price locked in for 2 years and save yourself some money. Dish has your favorite TV programs, even Netflix and Amazon Prime built into the DVR. You can even watch Dish anywhere you have an internet connection. Plus, we've even got awesome discounts for the military and seniors. Oh, and one more thing. Call All American Dish now and we'll even give you a free Google TV voice remote, free installation, and free equipment. Don't wait. Call All American Dish now.
800-296-1302. 800-296-1302. 800-296-1302. That's 800-296-1302. Now, in-home or in-office do-it-yourself COVID-19 testing is available to you, and the results are 99% accurate. Save your time and be safe by avoiding the lines and crowds. You can test yourself and your family members at home. Test your employees at work, making sure your workplace is safe. Simply call Citation Bioscience at the number we're about to give you to order your COVID-19 testing kits. When they arrive, follow the simple instructions and send them back to us with our prepaid shipping. Results are ready the next day in 95% of the cases. And remember, they are 99% accurate and reimbursable by your insurance company. Save your time, stay safe, and avoid the crowds. Order your COVID-19 kits now by calling this number now. Pricing starts at $119 and discounts are available for larger orders. Call now. 800-247-8046. 800-247-8046. That's 800-247-8046.
Hi, my name is Lily. My mom and dad used to fight about money all the time. Then one day, I heard them talking about this guy, some uncle I never knew, called Uncle Sam. Well, they say this Uncle Sam guy wanted them to pay him like $1 gazillion, and they didn't have $1 gazillion. So they called this company they heard on the radio called the Tax Doctor. And the Tax Doctor worked with Uncle Sam's people. I think they're called the IRS. and they are able to work it out so my mom and dad didn't have to pay Uncle Sam very much money at all. So now mom and dad are happy, and I'm happy too. Thanks, Tax Doctor.
If you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS or state, call now and pay less. 800-603-9359. 800-603-9359. That's 800-603-9359.
My name is Devon McDonald from Jamaica. Live with Indianapolis Colts. And listen, you listen to the lunch break.
All right, y'all, we're back here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. It is our Media Monday, first day back since the weather that was. And I got to tell you, I appreciate all the comments that y'all are getting. Listen, I'm not trying to grandstand. I'm not trying to set myself up for a run at politics. I'm not trying to be a council person. I'm definitely not trying to be on the school board. I ain't trying to run for the mayor or anything like that. But the fact that we have not had a Democratic governor since Ann Richards tells me something. Y'all don't understand that sometimes somebody else needs to run some things so you can see what you need to do to run things better. Sometimes when you always the one in charge, you're going to always think you're right. You're going to always think you got the right answers. And even worse, you're going to always think you can do whatever it is you want to do. Rick Perry, Dan Patrick, Greg Abbott, and even Ted Cruz and John Cornyn feel almost invincible and entitled to do whatever it is they want to do, say, and think that there are no repercussions because they've been allowed to stay in office for so long. Well, we saw how that worked on the national level. Somebody thought that they couldn't lose. They could say what they want. They could do what they want. Now they're not in power, and they're trying to figure out how to get back. Every now and then, somebody needs to take a step back and reevaluate instead of think that everything they do and say. I'm telling you, Dan Patrick was mad when that black man got in his behind. That black man said, I'm not going to let you lie to my viewers and listeners. And Dan tried to shush that man, and that man said, this is my show. I loved it. I loved every bit of it. Just because you walk around the yard up in Austin like you run everything, don't mean you run everything everywhere else in the country. Hello, you live on the lunch break. Who's this?
Hey, it's Keith Hennig.
Call it year 2020. What's going on, brother? How did you fare up there where you are?
I survived. Thank you for asking. 7 days of putting snow in a toilet tank and 7 days of no shower and 7 days of cold, but we survived, and I thank God for that.
Keith, I'm glad you did, because let me just say, it's almost like people took it for granted that we would survive. There's stories still coming out today. A woman, 84 years old, found frozen to death in her home, and not only was she frozen to death, but robbers had broken into her home and ransacked her home while she was dead.
Oh, no. What a horrible story. I hadn't heard that.
Just came out today.
Horrible story.
And I'm not trying to be, melodramatic. I'm not trying to blow it out of proportion, but that's at the feet, that's on the desk of Greg Abbott, Dan Patrick, ERCOT, all of them. Ted Cruz, Jim Cornyn, all of them. I'm sorry, John Cornyn.
Absolutely right. You are absolutely right. You are an excellent sports broadcaster, AJ, but keep up the great work on the political front. I got to watch Greg Abbott lie his way each and every day. It was a new lie. I saw Rick Perry, and I thought, what does he do for a living? He doesn't work for me. He's not. Why should I listen to this guy? He is just a moron. But the silver lining that we're going to have here after all this death and destruction is November 2022. When we all get to vote these dirtbags out of office. And I'm just praying that there's some folks on the blue team that are going to run a good, honest race and win.
Man, let me just say this. I'm just, you know me, Keith. I've said it loud and clear. I'm independent. I'm legitimately independent.
We both are.
But when I look at how Beto O'Rourke handled himself and tried to meet the needs of the people, when I look at the way that AOC, this ain't her district, this is not her state, but where was she? She was down here passing out water, passing out hot meals, and raising money for the people that need it, while our elected officials were in Cancun and different parts of the world and watch us taking care of themselves and not the people that elected them.
That is called leadership. And she brought $4 million in relief to the state of Texas, a state that she has nothing to gain politically, but she did it because she's a leader.
Right.
And a lot of people don't like her. Well, I have great respect for what she did, because she did more in 2 or 3 days than the entire elected Texas government did in a week. And it was just despicable. And people aren't going to forget. They're not going to forget. You know, when you hit your shower and nothing comes out, the first person I'm going to think about is Greg Abbott. And I will vote for anyone against that guy. He is just spineless. They're all spineless liars. And it's time to make Texas sane again.
Man, I tell you, and that's why I say sometimes folks need to take a step back and understand and feel what it feels like not to be in power, to realize you could do a lot better. And the fact that they couldn't even own it, they couldn't just say, you know what, we were wrong. We didn't weatherize, we didn't prioritize, we didn't do what we needed to do it. But right now, we got to get it fixed, and then we'll work on doing better. I would have lived with that.
I would have too.
But what they did was inexcusable. I'm sorry.
No, you know, when you step in it and you cover it up with lies, no one respects that, and no one will forget that. And it was just a horrible loss of life, a loss of quality of life for those of us that lived. And change is coming.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I can't wait.
I pray you're right, man. And I got to give kudos to Mayor Sylvester Turner. I know there are a lot of people that don't like him.
Great.
Let me tell you something. Mayor Sylvester Turner did a yeoman's job on making sure that people got what they needed as fast as they could. And he owned it. Where there were mistakes made, he said that was on us and got it fixed. Again, there's a name that, hey, maybe his name can go up against Greg Abbott, because it's going to take somebody to get some of those folks out of there.
That would be an incredible race, and I would love to see that man. I don't know him well. I don't live in Houston, but from what I've seen of him, he is a leader, and politicians have to lead.
That's it.
They don't have to run off to another country during an emergency to dodge responsibility.
Bruh.
That's just unacceptable.
It really is. It really is. And I'm just saying, man, I feel so bad. The family in Sugar Land, Texas, where 3 young people, 3 kids were killed in a fire. Those kind of things, man, are stories that should not be told because of what was not done by the leaders of this state. That it's just it's unconscionable, Keith. It's unimaginable that this is what happened as a result of their failures.
You are preaching to the choir, and I hope everyone within the sound of your voice hears it and understands it and will do something about it.
Yeah. I appreciate you, Keith. You have a good one. Stay safe up there, brother.
You do the same, man. Take care.
All right. Appreciate Keith Hennig, and caller of the year 2020. A lot of folks are always glad to hear his voice. Keith is one of those resounding voices that brings calm and reason to the situation. And I love that he really does. He tries to understand multiple points of views, not just his own. And I just appreciate that. I appreciate that. So if you want to get in, 281-453-1000, 281-453-1000. You can text me 832-403-5005. When we come back in the second hour, I want to give some love and some respect to some sports figures, even a few of them that you don't like. But I will tell you this. You might not like them, but when we needed them, they were there. I'll talk about that next right here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. It is Black History Month, and it is Media Monday.
I remember the legendary 1140 AM KYOK Conroe and 92.3 FM K222CX Houston.
Following Donald Trump's loss in the 2020 presidential election, Republicans all over the country began proposing legislation to make it more challenging for people to vote in upcoming elections. State legislators in Georgia have created a bill affecting larger minority-heavy Democratic strongholds, like preventing souls to the polls Sunday voting events. Friday, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis announced proposals to change how voters receive ballots, along with restricting access to ballot boxes. As racial disparities continue in vaccine distribution, CVS Health has announced a comprehensive initiative to increase access to COVID-19 shots in Black and Hispanic communities. CVS will conduct outreach via text messages and emails to vulnerable communities to sell hesitancy and encourage vaccinations. The retailer will also partner with Lyft to provide free or reduced price supplies to vaccine communities.
All right, little problem with our audio right there with Sybil Wilkes. We'll be right back right after this.
The views and opinions expressed on all radio shows broadcast on KYOK are entirely those of the host, guests, and callers, who are entirely responsible for all show content and do not in any way reflect the opinions of KYOK Radio, its sponsors, staff, or management.
When you walk out on that field today, ask yourself this question. What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Let's go! We ready! We ready! We ready! We ready! I'm going to the house! I'm going to the house! When I step on the field, I send one message. This is what it feels like. This is what it feels like. Football is getting hit. That's it. It's gonna be football now. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Let's hunt now. Let's hunt now. Let's go. Let's hunt. We ready? I'm going to the house. I'm going to the house. We're talking about the Jets like we're talking about the Saints. You know, all this, how we the Miami Heat of football. Yeah. The bottom line is you got to buckle up the chin straps. It's embarrassing. Yeah. Don't disrespect the game like that. There's too much crying from him. He's a man. They can be a hit just like us. He's a man. You already make the big money. He's a man. Don't cry when you step on the field, man. That's who I did. When I step on the field, I send one message. This is what it feels like. Oh, my bad. Your bad don't work in my world. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. We ready? I'm going to the house. I'm going to the house. It's a wrap. Game over.
All right, y'all, back here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. It is Media Monday. It is Black History Month, and in honor of Black History Month, NBA TV is airing Grambling State versus Jackson State basketball, men and women's today, 2 o'clock our time. And again, great get for both of those programs, HBCUs as a whole. Big stuff. That's big stuff. I will be checking it out. Check out the broadcast. Let me get to the phone line. We got caller of the year 2017, Ferdinand, joining us. Hey, Ferdinand, what's going on, bro?
Brother AJ, lunch breakers. What I like to share with you, AJ, is look, the smartest people are not in office. You have elected officials who definitely, it's just time for a change. You can't keep voting for people that is not in your best interest. There's nobody, AJ, should be dying just because we get the freezing temperatures. For the ERCON, the people that are providers for Texas, they've been no way before now that they was ill prepared. And they don't care because what has been happening, AJ, these guys have been running this country the way they want to run it. And until the American people that had the voice to vote Donald Trump out of office, we got to continue to vote people that don't do work for us out of office. Greg Abbott, I'm so sick of Greg Abbott till it ain't funny. You're talking a good game now, but you've been back in certain situations for the longest. And so now because he's pissed off, it's a problem. No. It's been a problem. So we need to start addressing and like Keith said, we got to vote these guys out of office, period. People that are like them, we don't need an office. If these people can't help us in our best interest, we need not to vote for them. We need to go back and do a little bit more studying who we vote for, not just going forward. But the thing about it is, AJ, we as citizens, as community people, we have to look out for our neighbors. When we know, AJ, that our neighbor next door is elderly, don't have means of getting a heater, a generator, water. In these times, AJ, and we network with my neighbors. I thank God for the two neighbors that I have. We made sure that we looked out for one another. That's all we have.
Yeah.
If we're waiting for the government to make a difference, they won't.
Yeah.
But we got to love one another. We got to have that heart, that love that runs from heart to heart, breast to breast, for one another. So in these trying times when things happen like this, AJ, man, we got to look out for each other so we can live.
Yeah. You know, that's a perfect segue, Ferdinand, into the fact that James Harden made sure, the day stuff happened, that he got on the phone with his restaurant manager here and made sure that food and water were passed out as soon as it was available. And what was not available, he made sure it got shipped here from areas where they had it available. And again, we can say what we want to say about him, about the way he played, about the way he left, but I can speak for myself when I say I'm grateful for somebody like James Harden who didn't let personality and conflicts and I like this and I'd like that get in the way of doing what needed to be done for people who could not do it for themselves.
Hey, look, God has good in every man, woman, boy, and girl on this earth. Whether you utilize your birthright to be a blessing to others, it's totally left up to the individual. But we're all here to be helpers of one another. That's why he have us here, because he knows some people that are going to be less fortunate than we are. We have to take care of those people. And so much is given, much is required.
Yeah.
I can't give AJ $1,000, and if I got $50, but you got people that are in place that can open up their doors and their pocketbooks to help the less fortunate. It's totally left up to them. And what happens is, AJ, if you use the principle, it works. If you bless not only your family, but other families, your blessing will be pressed down, shaken together, running over. One of those won't be poured out, but they don't get the concept. That stuff is very true. I've seen it through decades and decades. So just continue. If the lunch breakers, if nobody else get it, we got it.
Yeah.
Just continue to be of help to somebody else.
Yep.
I can't say nothing to nobody else. We, as a group of people that love one another on this station, just continue to look out for your community.
Absolutely. Ferdinand, appreciate you and love you much, man.
Oh, yeah. Anytime, AJ. God bless.
All right, God bless. Ferdinand, Caller of the Year 2017, right here on the show, making it plain. And again, not just James Harden. A lot of love going out to Deshaun Watson. Again, not letting his issues with the organization stop him from trying to meet the needs of the community. Charles Omenihu, same thing. Appreciate him. And then Alex Bregman, Carlos Correa, got to give them love. Got to give them love. Did what they could, still doing what they can do. Still doing what they can do. And that's just a few. That's just to name a few. That's just to name a few. I can go to elected officials. Sheila Jackson Lee, Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee was on the distribution line, putting water in the back of cars. You know, State Representative Sean Theory was on the distribution line, putting water in the back of cars, along with many of our city council people, our mayor, and other elected officials. Several county judges were part of food distribution, water distribution. You know, everybody, well, why didn't you talk about sports? We didn't play sports here all week long. Rockets didn't play. They were supposed to be at home. They didn't play. Rockets in Dallas got postponed. Rockets in Indiana got postponed. All the local games got postponed. U of H played road games. Prairie View and TSU finally got to play, yesterday? I'm talking about what matters right now. We'll get to sports. We'll get to it. And I'll even take a step further. I'm glad James Harden is playing well for Brooklyn. They've been on a winning streak, man. They done ran through the Lakers, the Clippers, and a whole bunch of other teams. And James has been balling. Somebody said it best on Twitter. Y'all act like James didn't do that here in Houston. He did. He did. He wanted out. But he hadn't forgotten the city. Has not forgotten the city. Deshaun Watson wants out. Has not forgotten the city. Carlos Correa said what J.J. Watt did during Harvey inspired him to do what he's doing now. And I can respect that. Alex Bregman, same thing. He and his wife, his mother, same thing. You know, water distributions over at Butler Stadium, over in the hood. Can appreciate it. Can appreciate it. I know there are several churches and other groups out there that have been doing what they can. In fact, I just got an email from the office of Congressman Al Green about wanting to make sure that we get back to COVID-19 testing and wanting to set up a COVID-19 site over in the South Park, Sunnyside area. Absolutely. This is why what folks didn't do should never happen again, because folks still need COVID testing. Folks still need vaccines. Folks still need access to medical supplies and treatment, PPEs and stuff like that. They'll need to be going without electricity when they don't have to be. Don't lose sight of that point. This did not have to happen. Take a break. We'll be right back with more right after this on the lunch break and the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM.
Hi, my name is Lily. My mom and dad used to fight about money all the time. Then one day, I heard them talking about this guy, some uncle I never knew, called Uncle Sam. Well, they say this Uncle Sam guy wanted them to pay him like $1 gazillion, and they didn't have $1 gazillion. So they called this company they heard on the radio called the Tax Doctor. And the Tax Doctor worked with Uncle Sam's people. I think they're called the IRS. And they're able to work it out so my mom and dad didn't have to pay Uncle Sam very much money at all. So now mom and dad are happy, and I'm happy too. Thanks, Tax Doctor.
If you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS or state, call now and pay less. 800-603-9359. 800-603-9359. That's 800-603-9359. Here's an important COVID-19 school system update for your local area. If you're concerned about your child's education, please pay close attention to this message. The current school systems were not set up for at-home learning. If you're worried that your child may not be getting the grades they need to get ahead, may be losing self-confidence, or you're worried about them getting into a good college because of their grades, help is available to you. Call Grade Potential Tutoring. They can help with in-home or online tutoring and help your child with any subject and every grade level, even for test prep. They're experts in the home tutoring and online tutoring field and confident they can help you and your child get better grades today. Call now for your free consultation. 800-580-7680. 800-580-7680. 800-580-7680. That's 800-580-7680. I am a non-attorney spokesperson representing a team of lawyers who've helped people that have been injured or wronged. Have you been diagnosed with cancer? Are you one of the millions who have taken Zantac or other generic versions of this popular drug to help treat stomach issues? Then pay close attention to this message. The FDA said it detected low levels of a probable cancer-causing chemical known as NDMA in Zantac and other generic forms of this popular drug. They've banned sales and even removed it from the market. If you've been diagnosed with cancer and you've taken Zantac or a generic equivalent, call the legal helpline now. You could receive a free cash award and have your medical expenses covered. And there's no upfront cost to you. They only get paid if you win. So please call now. 800-251-7816. 800-251-7816. 800-251-7816. That's 800-251-7816.
The legendary KYOK 1140 AM and 92.3 FM. The legend continues.
Jonathan Joseph with the Houston Texans.
All right, y'all. Back here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. I'm AJ Jones. It's Black History Month. It's Media Monday. I got a lot of text messages where people are talking about me as if I'm pro-Democrat. Y'all ain't even listening. Y'all, you know what? Y'all get so triggered whenever you hear somebody come for Republican, conservative, or somebody that you voted for alike. It don't matter what they say after they say that person's name or Republican or conservative, because you already got your patented answer and attack. I don't care who was in office. When it came down to this ERCOT decision, when it came down to not checking to make sure that the worst case scenario was as accounted for as possible. And once it was realized that it was not, to then start finger pointing and to blame renewable energy and windmills and solar panels and natural gas. I don't care which party was in office. It was wrong. And if you can't get out of your political frame of mind where you can't see beyond your party and call out what's wrong and what didn't work, we can't even be in the discussion. I'm not even reading your nonsense. It's nonsense. I ain't reading it. I'm not giving you a platform over here. Out of here with that. Too much stuff happened last week. Too much stuff happened last week. I ain't fooling with you. So y'all go ahead and just shout on my text messages. Go ahead and shout in my voicemail. Go ahead and shout in my email. I don't care. I don't care. Tell that to those people that found their 84-year-old mother and grandmother frozen to death and people that robbed their home. Go shout at them about your political affiliation. Rockets are going to play for the first time since February 17th when they host Chicago tonight at 7. They're still trying to end a 7-game losing streak. The team reportedly is going to part ways with DeMarcus Boogie Cousins at some point. They just recently agreed to pick up the rest of his $2.3 million contract, but have decided that they're going to part ways with him, but it ain't going to be tonight. In fact, they're expecting him to play tonight. I don't like the move because I like DeMarcus Boogie Cousins. I think he's a good influence on and off the field. I will agree and concede that he is still a shell of himself coming off of an Achilles tear and a knee injury. John Wall has bounced back. DeMarcus Boogie Cousins has not. Unfortunately, by parting ways with him, the Rockets are going to rely more on small ball again than they were with the size that they were going to have with Christian Wood and DeMarcus Cousins. And whenever they do it, whenever they part ways with him, he'll be able to sign with a team that possibly is a contender. I'm hearing that the Lakers are interested in a reunion because he'll play spot minutes there, similar to what Dwight Howard did when he won a ring last year. Cousins will be able to do some of that there in LA. LA needs some size. Cousins is going to need a team. That'll be a good look for him. I hope he wins another ring. He got a ring for being on the roster last year. So, again, the Rockets about to make some moves and hopefully will end this 7-game losing streak tonight when they take on Chicago here in Houston. Got to give some love to John Wall. He was one of the many athletes that put their resources to work and made sure people had water, food, and stuff like that. John Wall and his folks got it done here in Houston as well. San Antonio Spurs have their game for tonight postponed versus the Pacers. They haven't played since Valentine's Day, and they've missed 4 games since then. They're more than likely going to play on Wednesday. See, COVID is still here. I know a lot of folks forgot all about COVID with the freezing temperature and the lights being out, water being off, not being able to move around. But COVID is still here. I saw a lot of people get out not wearing masks again. COVID is still here. They still postponing and canceling games because of COVID-19. One game they didn't cancel. New Orleans came back from a franchise record 24 points down to beat Boston 120-115. Zion Williamson's pretty good. 28 points, 10 rebounds in the win. We'll take a break. Be right back right after this on the lunch break. Legendary KYOK.
Baby, I got your money.
Are you looking for a tax company that will get you the maximum credits and deductions? Or a tax company that can get you a same-day loan up to $9,500? Well, Global One Tax Services on 6002 Antoine Drive is the tax company that is dedicated to getting you your maximum refund. Call us for an appointment or for our mobile services. That's right, Global One Tax is now mobile. Now, you don't have to leave your home. Call 281-377-5565. That's 281-377-5565. Get your full return. You deserve it. You've earned it. Global One Tax Services. Get ready. Get set. Go global.
Hi, I'm Linda J. I recently purchased 4 new tires from OMG Tires and More, located at 3124 Tidwell between 59 and Jensen. TK got me in and out in less than 30 minutes. While there, I got my car washed. Do you need rims for your car? OMG has them too. OMG Tires and More is your one-stop shop for all your tire needs. So give them a call at 832-767-3211. That's 832-767-3211. Conveniently located at 3124 Tidwell between 59 and Jensen on the north side.
Here's an important COVID-19 school system update for your local area. If you're concerned about your child's education, please pay close attention to this message. The current school systems were not set up for at-home learning. If you're worried that your child may not be getting the grades they need to get ahead, maybe losing self-confidence, or you're worried about them getting into a good college because of their grades, help is available to you. Call Grade Potential Tutoring. They can help with in-home or online tutoring and help your child with any subject and every grade level, even for test prep. They're experts in the home tutoring and online tutoring field and confident they can help you and your child get better grades today. Call now for your free consultation. 800-580-7680. 800-580-7680. 800-580-7680. That's 800-580-7680.
The legendary KYOK 1140 AM. The legendary KYOK 92.3 FM. 2 radio stations in one.
I'm Larry Scott, host of the Not So Christian and Me show. Join me Saturdays for great fun, interviews, music, and the latest news surrounding our world today. We are the show that cares to hear your voice and opinion. with real conversation in a no judgment zone. So join me Saturdays from 1 to 2 p.m. on the Not So Christian to Me show, right here on the legendary KYOK Radio, 1140 AM, and the all-new 92.3 FM and KYOKradio.org.
Beautiful people, this is Major. This is why I love you on the lunch break.
All right, y'all, we back here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. We're back. First day back in a week. I was not immune. Again, did not have electricity from early Monday. So I want to say the electricity came back on late Thursday, early Friday, and then the water came back on Friday. I did not have any pipes burst at my spot, but did have pipes burst at my church. Because you know when the electricity had been off, the pipes were cold, frozen, and the water's off, so now you can't drip water through it. And then it heats up, and then the water comes on, bang, break, burst. Here we are. I know a lot of people are dealing with it. A lot of people. Even Mayor Turner had pipes burst at his house. He talked about it on press conferences. A lot of people did. A lot of people did. Plumbers, if you can hear my voice, plumbers, do right by the people. Please do right by the people. I'm not telling you how to run your business. All I'm saying is don't price gouge, folks. Don't price it. There's so much opportunity for you out there. You're probably gonna make more money than you've made in a long, long time. No need to price gouge, folks, and certainly no need to do them wrong. If you can't do the job, just tell them you can't do it. Don't take their money and don't do the job. Please, plumbers, carpenters, people out there to do that kind of stuff, don't do wrong by the people. Please, I'm talking to you. I'm trying to talk to you. There's enough money and opportunity out there. People need you right now. And they'll need you again. They'll call you back again if you do right by them. No need in taking advantage of people. And if you know people out there taking advantage of people and gouging and what have you, the city wants to know about it. The state wants to know about it. So let's do the right thing by people. Do the right thing by people. For people. Just saying. U of H, number 6 in the city, beat Cincinnati 90-52 last night. Number 12, UT lost again. This time they blew a 19-point lead and lost to number 13, West Virginia, 84-82. And then they were squabbling. I mean, come on, Shaka, what's going on with your team? I was riding your coattails for a minute, but good God. UT San Antonio and Charlotte got postponed. Oklahoma State, Baylor, postponed. Prairie View beat Texas Southern 77-75. Excuse me, late three-pointer by Prairie View got them that win. Good game, back and forth. And then Incarnate Word and Stephen F. Austin, that got canceled. That one got canceled. Little high school, college football yesterday. It was Jackson State beating Edwin Waters 53-0. Head coach Deion Sanders got his first win as the coach for Jackson State, 53-0. I'll be updating my power rankings for the HBCUs today, and should have those posted up tomorrow. Got to give some love, though, to Deion Sanders. Little controversy. Apparently, first time playing in that stadium, Deion had some stuff, personal stuff, that got put up somewhere where he was not familiar with, and he thought somebody had stolen it. I was glad to see him come back and make amends and, say, hey, he was wrong. Didn't want to shine a negative light on some people, but that was good to see Deion Sanders kind of get that right. Deion Sanders got that back right. Did y'all see the situation with Cam Newton? Cam Newton was at a football camp, and a young man was bumping his gums at Cam Newton at the football camp. Let me see if I can find it. I want y'all to hear the actual exchange. Here it is right here. Yeah. There was no bad words. There were no bad words said, so I'm going to try to play it. But I want y'all to listen to it, and then I want your comments on it. Here we go. Here's what happened on the sideline with Cam Newton at one of his camps.
I'm rich. I'm rich. You're a free agent. I'm rich. He's a free agent. Where's your daddy at? Let me talk to your dad. Let me talk to your dad. Where's your dad? You're a free agent. Where's your dad? He's a free agent. You asked. Talk to. Let me. Where's your dad? Where's your pop? You asked. You're a free agent. You're a free agent. You're a free agent. You about to be poor. You about to be poor. I'm rich. You about to be poor. I'm rich. You're a free agent. You're a free agent.
All right, so I just wanted to kind of loop it back a little bit. So Cam Newton was walking on the sideline, and one of the campers, you know, when you go to these football camps, you got young people in high school that are there. And the young man kept yelling to Cam, he was a free agent. He's not officially with the team. You know, he played last year with New England, and I guess they have officially released him. I don't know. I didn't see that announcement. I could be wrong. But the young man kept saying, you're a free agent. You're a free agent. And Cam was like, I'm rich. I've made enough money in the NFL already to be rich. And I know a lot of people got offended because Cam was talking about being rich. What he was trying to help the young man understand that being a free agent in the NFL after a career like Cam Newton himself has had, been to a Super Bowl, been the league MVP, had a 15-1 record, endorsements, salary, bonuses. He doing all right. Being a free agent is not the worst thing in his life. But because, you know, we in this kind of, folks don't like Cam, so they swear he was triggered and he was wrong. All of a sudden, Cam is the problem. And Cam did better than I would have. I'm just going to call it like it is. Cam handled it better than I would have. Because Cam was trying to say, listen, I'm all right. I'm good. I'm rich. I'm good. And the young man couldn't, you a free agent. You a free agent. You know, just parroting. You know, let's be honest. You're a high school student living with somebody. You ain't living on your own. You ain't making your own money. I used to tell mine, you unemployed, you homeless, you live with me. You know, so let's chill out on the sense of entitlement. Couldn't say anything other than you're a free agent. So Cam finally asked him, where's your father? Where's the adult in your life so I can talk to them? Because clearly I don't need to be arguing with you as a child. And that's what this young man is, a child. But of course, social media jumped on Cam. Oh, he was triggered. Oh, he was this. Oh, he was that. He was the other. There's always more to the story. And I'm grateful for our good friend, my good friend and sister, Carolina Blitz, Vasti Hurt, because she was one of the first to go deeper into the story other than the little clip that we saw. And here's the clip that many of you didn't see or didn't hear. Here's Cam Newton talking with the young man.
Oh, ain't no disrespect. You know, if you wanted some attention, I'm gonna give you some attention. The right way, bro. The right way. When do y'all play? What was y'all record today then? 1-2. No, 2-1. What did you do? No, I wasn't able to see because y'all was 2. Cameron's on me.
All right, bro. What did he do, man? Does he play?
He got speed.
He got speed.
No, his leg hit speed.
Oh.
You gonna see?
Huh?
You gonna see?
Man, you ain't don't act shy, nah, bro. Don't act shy. I'm asking. I don't want to. I couldn't see today.
You gonna watch YouTube? Oh, you watch YouTube? I know you do. You gonna watch that crotch, man.
Stop. No, I'm really trying to ask you. Like, I'm trying to see like what you.
We do that shit for real though.
I'm like,
You rep that 215.
205?
215.
205. Okay, cool. Bro. I'm just like, please don't be one-dimensional. Like you said something to me, then I go, I'm really trying to talk to you. I'm not trying to like crack no jokes. I'm just really trying to ask a simple question. It's your fault why everybody's looking, but I'm really just trying to ask a question. But you never said what you did. You said you gonna see.
That was a whole different story than what folks are trying to run with on how Cam reacted to this young man. And I was determined today, if I didn't get to nothing else, I was getting to Greg Abbott, Dan Patrick, Rick Perry, Ted Cruz, John Cornyn, and I had to get to Cam Newton. Cam was serious. I'm just really trying to talk to you, young man. And I'm mistaken. It was not a football camp. It's a football tournament. I believe it's a 7-on-7 tournament. Cam has a team, and he was there with the 7-on-7s and trying to talk to some of the other folks in the tournament. And he was asking the young man, well, when do y'all play? Young man said, we play tomorrow. Young man, he asked him, what y'all do so far? And young man got it wrong. He said, we were 1-2. We won 1, we lost 2. And then he flipped it. He said, no, we were 2-1. And then Cam asked him, so how did you do? And he went to the parenting again. Oh, you gonna see. And Cam was like, I'm just trying to ask you what you do. What position do you play? Let me translate. What position do you play? How did you do at your part of the game? The right answer should have been, oh, I caught 5 passes for 55 yards, 2 touchdowns, and I broke up an interception. That would have been constructive and helpful. When you're talking to someone the likes of a Cam Newton who could probably give you some help to better yourself, to further your career, and possibly experience things to a level you may never have thought you could have. But for some reason, this young man did not know how to articulate himself, did not know how to handle himself, did not know how to express himself. And it just looks bad all the way around. And then Cam went to somebody, well, what does he do? And the guy said, well, he's fast. And Cam said, fast? And here he comes again. You're going to see. We can do this right now. Now he wants to race Cam Newton. Come on. And Cam said, don't be one-dimensional. Don't just be fast. And then he's like, oh, you watch YouTube. I know you do. Brother, that's the time for you to start spouting off what you've done. It's not the time to send him to YouTube. You got him there physically. He does not need to go watch your tape. You've got him there physically. Give him a reason to want to know more about you. I'll never forget, I used to manage gospel recording artists. And I used to take them down to the Gospel Music Workshop of America. And I would have them do the workshops and the classes and what have you. And I'll never forget, one year I took 2 young artists down. One was a teenager and the other one was in her early 20s. And we walked up on 2 legendary gospel artists. I can tell you because it happened. Other people saw it. One was Yolanda Adams. The other one was Donald Lawrence, and they were talking. And Yolanda, I ain't name dropping, she knows me when I remind her who I am. AJ with KWWJ. Oh, AJ, da 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 da. We laugh, joke, da 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 da. Who are these people? Oh, these are two of my artists. I brought them down. They trying to, get their thing together, what have you. I wanted them to see the workshop. And Donald said, okay, let me hear a little something. Donald Lawrence said, okay, let me hear a little something. And right there, listening, leaning in, is Yolanda Adams. You know what both of them said? Oh, no, my voice. Oh, no, I wasn't prepared. Oh, no, I don't have anything. And Donald said, don't ever miss another opportunity like this. You never know if you'll ever get it again. And then one of them wanted to say, well, if you go listen to da-da-da-da, I got this up on the internet. Donald said, I'm not going to the internet. You have me right here. And you know what neither one of them ever did? They never sang for Donald Lawrence or Yolanda Adams. Needless to say, I never took them back down there again, wasted my money on them. But I'm just saying, it was the exact same thing with this young man. You got Cam Newton right here. And you want him to go watch YouTube. You were talking with him. And instead of talking with him, you chose to try to embarrass him, humiliate him. Young people, clicks and likes ain't always the best thing in your life. I hope he comes out of this experience better. No need to shame him. No need to talk about his parenting. No need to talk about, his upbringing and skill set and all that. All I'm saying is I hope he comes out of this situation better. And if you are blaming Cam Newton, you're the problem. You ain't even part of the problem. You are the problem. 281-453-1000, 281-453-1000 if you want in. It's tax season. Global One Tax Services wants to be your tax preparer. All you got to do is give Shannon Hinton a call at 281-377-5565. That's 281-377-5565. I'm going to have her on the show, I believe, tomorrow. I'm looking to talk to her myself. Global One Tax Services bringing us this segment of the lunch break. We'll be right back.
You're listening to 1140 AM and 92.3 FM, the legendary KYOK.
Now, in-home or in-office do-it-yourself COVID-19 testing is available to you, and the results are 99% accurate. Save your time and be safe by avoiding the lines and crowds. You can test yourself and your family members at home. Test your employees at work, making sure your workplace is safe. Simply call Citation Bioscience at the number we're about to give you to order your COVID-19 testing kits. When they arrive, follow the simple instructions and send them back to us with our prepaid shipping. Results are ready the next day in 95% of the cases. And remember, they are 99% accurate and reimbursable by your insurance company. Save your time, stay safe, and avoid the crowds. Order your COVID-19 kits now by calling this number now. Pricing starts at $119 and discounts are available for larger orders. Call now. 800-247-8046. 800-247-8046. That's 800-247-8046.
Do you watch television? Of course you do. Then have you tried Dish TV from All American Dish yet? No? Well, now is a great time because we're giving everyone that calls today a 2-year locked-in price. Your rate will not change for 2 years. The clock is ticking. Call now, get Dish, and get your price locked in for 2 years and save yourself some money. Dish has your favorite TV programs, even Netflix and Amazon Prime built into the DVR. You can even watch Dish anywhere you have an internet connection. Plus, we've even got awesome discounts for the military and seniors. Oh, and one more thing. Call All American Dish now and we'll even give you a free Google TV voice remote, free installation, and free equipment. Don't wait. Call All American Dish now.
800-296-1302. 800-296-1302. 800-296-1302. That's 800-296-1302.
Hi, My name is Lily. My mom and dad used to fight about money all the time. Then one day, I heard them talking about this guy, some uncle I never knew, called Uncle Sam. Well, they say this Uncle Sam guy wanted them to pay him like a gazillion dollars, and they didn't have a gazillion dollars. So they called this company they heard on the radio called the Tax Doctor. And the Tax Doctor worked with Uncle Sam's people. I think they're called the IRS. And they are able to work it out so my mom and dad didn't have to pay Uncle Sam very much money at all. So now mom and dad are happy, and I'm happy too. Thanks, Tax Doctor.
If you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS or state, call now and pay less. 800-603-9359. 800-603-9359. That's 800-603-9359.
The lunch break on the legendary KYOK.
All right, y'all, back here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. Hey, it's still Black History Month, and African Imports still has your African fashion for the entire family. Still got their Black History Month specials going on. Masks, $4.99. Scarves and hats, $9.99. You can even get dashikis for kids, $14.99 and up, and $29.99 for adults. And ladies, those beautiful African dresses, $39.99 and up. If you got your upcoming Black History Month program or whatever you got coming up, or if you just want beautiful African attire and gear, you can get it over at African Imports. You still got time to get 10% off your purchases. All you got to do when you go by the Greens Point Mall near the food court, tell them you heard it on KYOK with your boy AJ, and you're going to get 10% off your purchases at African Imports. 281-875-0056. That's 281-875-0056. I went Black History in a different way. I got this Malcolm X shirt. Yesterday, unfortunately, was the day that we recognized him being killed. And interesting news came out yesterday that one of the officers who investigated the case, in his dying will, wanted it to be known after he died that he withheld information. He withheld information. He withheld and falsified information about the death of the murder of Malcolm X. I tell you, man, can people just tell the truth? Just tell the truth. And every skin folk ain't kinfolk. Just tell the truth. Just tell the truth. Good Lord. All right. So anyway, Black History Month. Black History Month. Black History Month. All right. What else I got? Oh, yeah. Michael texted in and said, always respect your elders. That's how I was taught when I was younger. And even today in my 30s, some folks in this generation got to learn the hard way, though. Yeah. And that's why I say, man, I'm not trying to vilify this young man. Enough of that is going on. You know, nowadays, if you get ratioed on social media, you know, a lot of folks gonna come for you. But anyway, I'm hoping things work out for him. AJ, I'm with Cam. Where were this young man's parents? You know, a lot of times with those tournaments and what have you, you know, sometimes the coaches will take a bunch of kids down there by himself. Might not take, or herself, you know, because there's some ladies coaches out there. But they don't always have a full contingency of parents that go with them, especially during the week, especially during, you know, the kind of weather that we had just recently. So I'm not going to beat the parents up for not going. I've been that coach. You know, we load them all up and whatever we can carry them in, and we get to the stadium and try and get them fed and keep them together and make sure they don't run around, get out in traffic or anything, you know. So coach was probably trying to do the best he could. Parents were probably trying to do what they had to do. Not going to vilify them either. At the end of the day, the young man missed a wonderful opportunity because he made some bad choices, bad decisions. Pretty simple, unfortunate but simple. Unfortunate but simple. AJ, I know that young man, if he had to do it all over again, would handle himself differently. I hope so. That's called learning. Anybody ever made a bad decision, bad choice of words, handled something in a way that if you had a chance to do it again, you would do it differently? Thank goodness all those moments for me weren't caught on social media or on video cam or telephone. AJ, I'm glad to hear you approach it the way you're approaching it. This young man is a young man. He'll have other chances. Hopefully. You got to understand, college sports, high school sports even, are very competitive. And while there are some cases where a player is so good that people are willing to put up with some things that they would not put up with if the player wasn't that good, male and female. But there are also some schools and some programs that are so big they don't have to. Me and my nephew, I got to get him back on the show. He's a football coach up in Kentucky. I got to get him back on the show. One of the worst moments that we had in our life and relationship, we got into a physical altercation because I was telling him that one of his friends wasn't going to be able to do what he was doing at their high school up at Penn State. Penn State was so big, they didn't have to put up with it. They get the top wide receivers and quarterbacks and running backs and all that from that area all the time. So they're not going to have a kid from Ohio come just acting crazy and act like they got to put up with it. And he didn't like that. So, he stole on me. I'll admit it. I took a shot. But I ended up putting my weight on him. So he was a little thin. I was about 240. I put all 240 on him. And I told him, now, when you calm down, I'll let you up. Let me up, let me up. Like, when you calm down, I'll let you up. You better let me up. I'm finna, and it's like, you ain't going to do nothing. I got 240 on you. You're not going nowhere. And finally, he tapped out, and I let him up. But the end of the story was the young man, unfortunately, didn't do the right thing and wasn't at Penn State next season. And I didn't hit my nephew with "I told you so." It's just the fact that some schools and some programs are not going to just put up with anything. So you can't just say whatever, do whatever, and expect they're going to give you a chance after chance after chance after chance. You got a young man right now that's down in the G League for the Rockets, trying to work out some issues with his life and, off court. Great player. Somebody did a great job of splicing up some of his best moves compared to what James Harden did in those situations. This young man's got talent, but just got to work out his off-court issues. And I hope he does. Not because I want to see him play, because I want him to be as great as he wants to be. We don't get these opportunities all the time. So I hope that young man gets another chance. All right. Real quick, let me go through a quick sports update. Some good games yesterday. Again, U of H all over Cincinnati, 90-52. College football, Jackson State beat Edwin Waters 53-0. NBA basketball in overtime, New Orleans came back from 24 down, franchise record, to beat Boston 120-115. Zion Williamson is rolling. 28 points, 10 rebounds. Oh, yeah, and he played over 30 minutes in the game. He didn't die. Little HBCU basketball. North Carolina A&T beat Florida A&M, FAMU 70-63. Prairie View beat TSU 77-75. Again, late three in the game did the difference. Was the difference? NBA Raptors beat 76ers 110-103. Here in the state, UT Rio Grande Valley beat Dallas Christian 116-51. Back in the NBA, the Bucks beat the Kings 128-115. James Harden and them still rolling. Brooklyn beat the Clippers 112-108. Harden, 37 points, 11 rebounds, and 7 assists in the win. So there you go. There you go. All right, let me get ready to get out of here. I just had to get it out of my system today. I'll be back on track. I'll be back on track tomorrow. Team Texas Tuesday. Again, I'll have Shannon Hinton or someone from her staff on the show tomorrow from Global One Tax Services. If you need your taxes done by a professional who knows what they're doing, Global One Tax Services is the place. They can do them in your home, or they can take them and do them and get them back to you. Call Shannon Hinton, 281-377-5565, 281-377-5565. And don't forget to get your Black History Month fashions over at African Imports. Again, I got this shirt over there. They got a lot of good stuff for you at African Imports in the Greenpoint Mall. Tell them you heard it with AJ and KYOK. You'll get 10% off your purchases. You can call them 281-875-0056, 281-875-0056. All right, let me get Sybil Wilkes on here with a COVID-19 update. Donnie McClurkin, the Donnie McClurkin Show, up after that. In the morning, Erica Campbell and Griff get up mornings, 6 a.m. to 9. Don't forget Dr. Sylvia Cole and Call to Inspire. Tomorrow, before I come in after that, it'll be me, Team Texas Tuesday. As always, let's not be divided. Let's really be united. Like Ferdinand said earlier, check on your neighbors, your elderly, check on them. If you need help, a lot of resources out there. I'll try and share some of that, post some of that up on my Facebook page later on today. FEMA has officially been released to provide disaster relief. President Joe Biden has declared a disaster area in Texas, so funds have been released through FEMA officially. And there are legitimate websites and phone numbers out there. Be careful, though. Verify your sources before you just start clicking on stuff and giving out information. Some scams out there don't want you to get caught up. All right, y'all, wash your hands, wear your mask, sanitize everything around you, give people 6 feet, and whenever you see that racism, kill it, not the person, the racism. Here's Sybil Wilkes.
It's Sybil Wilkes with what you need to know today. Donald Trump's loss in the 2020 presidential election, Republicans all over the country began proposing legislation to make it more challenging for people to vote in upcoming elections. State legislators in Georgia have created a bill affecting larger, minority-heavy Democratic strongholds, like preventing souls to the polls Sunday voting events. Friday, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis announced proposals to change how voters receive ballots, along with restricting access to ballot boxes. As racial disparities continue in vaccine distribution, CVS Health has announced a comprehensive initiative to increase access to COVID-19 shots in Black and Hispanic communities. CVS will conduct outreach via text messages and emails to vulnerable communities to dispel hesitancy and encourage vaccinations. The retailer will also partner with Lyft to provide free or reduced price rides to vaccine appointments in underserved communities. To subscribe to my free daily newsletter, please visit SybilWilkes.com. Be informed.
All right, y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed the show. I know I sure did. Please, please, please be safe out there. I made it, man. If nothing else, last week was a wake-up call that we are truly all in this together. So like Ferdinand says, we can't depend upon the government to save us. We got to be there for each other. So not this, definitely this. I love y'all. Y'all be safe. Talk to you later, okay?